Hi everybody. Alright, what we're going to do is for week 7 and week 8, I'm going to show you some ways to calculate the data that will get you ready for problem set 4. Alright, now, for question 1, which is hypothesis testing with two populations, first you got to ask yourself, is the standard deviation, is it known or unknown? If it's known, especially when you have summary data like this, it is known. Therefore, you will use the z-test for your statistic to see whether you're going to accept or reject the null hypothesis. Now, we're going to do a two-tailed test. We're going to use an alpha level of 0.05, and therefore the z critical will be 1.96. You can see right here in this chart for an alpha level of 0.05 for the z, the two-sided on the symmetrical curve. Remember, it's on the normal curve, it's symmetrical. So 1.96 would also be 1.96 on the right side, negative 1.96 on the left side. Alright, let's see how we can do this operation. Your first step should be make a chart like this with your sample population. Group 1, get this out a little bit. Group 1 will have 75 people in it, and group 2 has 50 people in it. Then have your means, 28 and 33 respectively, and your known standard deviation for each group, because you're going to need these numbers in order to do the z-test statistic. Now what I've done is I've taken the formula and I broke it down into steps that will hopefully help you solve the problem to come up with the z statistic. Now I've already worked out the problem, so what I'm going to do is click into each cell and show you what happens. Alright, your first step, this keeps coming up, get rid of it. Your first step is to take the two means, and you're going to mean 1 minus mean 2, and as you can see here, right there, B3 and C3, that equals negative 5. Alright, that's pretty easy, no big deal about that. Next you have to do is square the standard deviations. Now squaring in this case is to the power 2. So it's just going to be 14.1 times 14.1 and 9.5 times 9.5, and you can see the answers here and the operations up there. However, I've discovered, put this over just slightly, I discovered that there is a square operation. If you go to formulas, if you go to math and trig, if you go scroll down to power, see if we can find it. There it is right there. If you click in, it will ask you for the actual number. Move this over slightly again. Oops, wrong way. This way. And let's take the first one. So it's the square of the standard deviation is 14. This is up here. And it's asking for the power of 2. And as you can see, it's the same answer. So it's just another way. It's either number times the number, or you can go to that particular operation. Alright. Your next step is to divide the square standard deviation by the sample population. And if I click in here, you can see it's F3 in this case, divided by B2, that's 75. And so this is what number you get, and if you do the same for group 2, that's the number that you can have. Alright, now your next, simple, is just add the standard deviations together, and that's what you get, 4.4558. Now you have to do a square root. So click in here, I got the square, And I went to Math and Trig. I looked for square, and there it is right there, and that's the one that I used. And so it's just square, and it's asking for F5. Oh, excuse me, F5, which is right. Make sure my eyes don't cross right there. And this is the number that you get. Then your final step is to divide the mean, which would be here, -5, by the standard deviation. And as you can see, this is what I did. F2 divided by F6. And there is our z-test statistic. And since the z-test stat of -2.368 is less than the critical value of 1.96, especially when it goes on the left side to the -0.96, reject the null hypothesis. So everything is fine. No, everything is not fine. This keeps coming up. Okay, get rid. So now you would accept the alternative hypothesis in this case. All right, now, also what I provided for you was an actual formula that you can use for Excel. And if I click here into the cell, you can see the numbers all inserted. You got to make sure you get all those parentheses in there and so forth. All right, well, that's about all I got to say for this. We'll go over it in class 2. All right, this is Dr. Chasen. I'll be signing off in a moment. Here we go. Stop.